What is up, 2004scape community? This is Lanthus coming back at you again. I had such a great time yapping last video that I figured I'd do it again. Today I've been thinking about Herblore and the conundrum we have with gathering supplies. That's crazy that this offer just went up because I was going to talk about this. Vials. You can't get vials right now. The only way to get them is to drink strength potions. That's the only way to get them in free-to-play right now. There's not any sold in shops. There's none dropped by monsters. There's no spawns. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I even checked with Romeo and Juliet if you could create the cadaver potion, from the purple berries during the quest. I even checked if you could empty that, but you can't. So Jagex thought of everything. Vials are in high demand right now, and no one's got them. So where'd that offer go? I just wanted to talk about Herblore. I've been thinking about it a lot, figuring out how can people train it, where can you get supplies. Herblore is already notorious in 2007scape, old school RuneScape, for being kind of difficult to train if you're an Iron Man. If you're a main, it's expensive. But in 2004scape, a fresh economy, limited spawns, limited areas, everything is so restrictive. Like, what do you do to train Herblore? And by the way, I'm just stocking up on some Eyes of Newt. This is the most readily available Herblore item in free-to-play right now. You can buy them at Betty's Magic Emporium in Port Sarim here. So people are buying these. There's a couple offers in here for 55 each, 47 each. You can buy them for 3 GP, so I figured might as well just stock up. I can either sell them or save them for my own training. But I have been enjoying gathering items. I'll show you my bank in a second here. But yeah, I wanted to talk about a few things with Herblore specifically. As far as routing goes, there isn't too much that you can look at because it's so dependent on the herbs you have and the secondaries. So you can't really route it out like you can with fletching, where you just bank a bunch of logs and you can calculate your experience that way. It's harder with Herblore because the demand is going to be so much higher, and the herbs themselves and the secondaries they're much harder to get. So I'm stocking up on Eyes of Newt. I've got 459. Here's my logs stacked. You'll see I did some training. In my last video, I was level 6, got up to level 55. 60 regular logs, 500 oak, 3200 willow, and the same 1k yew. This will get me to 55 fletching. I talked about this in my last video. So I've got that banked. It looks kind of clean. Went a little bit OCD with the even numbers here. Mined a little bit of essence, sold some air runes, got my cash stack up. That's really all that's happened. So yeah, I'm just stocking up Eyes of Newt. It's nice because you can walk to Draenor or you can walk to Falador Bank. By the time you get back, they restock so quickly that you never have to hop worlds if you're the only one doing it. I think even if there was like 3 or 4 people buying out the shop, I don't think they'd run out of stock, if we're being honest. So I'm putting it out in the world. Go ahead, buy your Eyes of Newt while you can, folks. Once membership comes out, there's going to be a lot more shops that are offering vials and offering Eyes of Newt. So that's going to be a good early moneymaker, is picking up vials and moreover, filling the vials with water. The rich folks that are merching and making a lot of money in free-to-play right now, they're going to be training Herblore, and they're going to be buying their vials of water. let's see if there's any. So this guy is buying 1K for 200 each. So buying vials of water is extremely lucrative. You can simply go to any of the numerous shops that sell vials, purchase them, and fill them up really anywhere. I mean, East Varrock, there's a fountain pretty close to the bank. I could see that being a great moneymaker. You can maybe buy vials and then just fill them up. Or you can go full Iron Man and just buy the vials from the store instead of other players and fill them up. It's up to you, but I think that's going to be a good moneymaker. So just a heads up there. There's quite a few shops, like I mentioned, that sell vials. And Trana has an Herblore shop. That, I don't know if that's going to be a good option. It's pretty far from a bank. I know at the dock there's a bank deposit box, if I remember. Let me go check this out. But in the meantime, there is a shop there. They sell vials. They sell Eyes of Newts, you know, the pestle and mortar. Similar to the shop in Taverley that everyone's come to know and love. Let's see. Do bank deposit boxes? I don't see it here. So I'm guessing that no, it doesn't exist. So if you're going to do that, you'll have to bank a Draenor and take the boat to and from Intrana, which is not a very good option in my opinion. So I would lean against that. Yeah, like I said, Taverley. Taverley is not a great spot either. Unless there's that agility shortcut in Falador. There's gotta be, right? Let's see. It looks like maybe there is. So you could take the walk from the West Valley Bank, take that shortcut if it's there, and walk up, buy vials, buy whatever, and go back. You could even, before you bank, fill the vials up here and then hit the bank as well. Something to consider. So that, if that's the case, that isn't even that bad. You could also fill up the vials right here, I think. Okay, Gutanith. Oh, here's the Herblore shop, right, by the way. You could fill the vials up there, so, you know, it's not the worst option. And Trana's kind of a vibe, so if you want to kick it around here, then you certainly can. The Ogre place, I was looking at the wiki, and it looked, I mean, there's an Herblore stall here that should sell vials. I don't see it on the map. Even if it did exist, I doubt you want to do this. It's a long walk back to Yanil, excuse me. Yeah, I don't see anybody using that shop. And let's see. Okay, Karamja, everyone knows Jim Anua's general store. Right here. This shop is extremely interesting. In my last video, I talked about doing nature runes. So what all the essence people are gonna do, the rune crafters, the quickest way to bank, if people aren't running essence for you, the nature altar is like right here. You go and you walk and you walk and you walk, and you sell your noted essence to the store, and you buy it back in item form. I'm sure that there might be some people that will try and snipe that essence and just kind of mess with you a little bit, but that's going to be the quickest bank. I mean, if you go to Shiloh Village, you're having to walk around the west side, down along the south, and enter from the east. And you're also tanking these zombies. If you're a lower level, it's pretty dangerous on Karamja, but you're going to be tanking these every single trip. It's going to add up. But that's the best bank that I foresee for nature runes. Pseudo bank. So sell your noted essence and buy it back, and then that's how you're going to run. That's what I was planning on doing. And while I've got this quest symbol here, this is the Jungle Potion quest. You are going to want to do this right after you do Druidic Ritual. Druidic Ritual puts you at level 3, as is common knowledge. However, what a lot of people don't do, or maybe they do, Jungle Potion, that will bring you from level 3 to level 9. So that allows you to make anti-poison potions in addition to attack potions. So that's really the best route I have to start. Do those 2 quests, you're at level 9. You can make 2 potions there. And really, what are you going to do besides go to Chaos Druids? I mean, you're going to have to kill Chaos Druids, get your herbs. God knows most of us aren't going to be buying herbs in bulk. I certainly am not. I'm too poor. So that's probably the best way for us average Joes. Do your 2 quests, go to Chaos Druids, and just farm them. They drop herbs, they drop vials of water, they drop snape grass, all sorts. They drop pretty much every herb, I think, except for maybe, I don't know, I don't think they drop Torstol. Maybe they do, but very rarely. But that's pretty much going to be it, you know, that's going to be the best source of herbs. You've got them over in Edgeville. You've got them in the Yanil Agility Dungeon alongside Salazar the Twisted. So you can go farm Salazar the Twisted. You can get those keys. I think they're called Sinister Keys to get the noted herb drops. And if you want to use strike spells on Salazar, because he's weak to strike spells, so use Fire Strike. It's going to be great. I think you can safe spot him. I think you can kind of cheese him a little bit. So that's going to be pretty good money, actually, unironically, in 2004. Killing Salazar the Twisted. I might try doing that. I have to imagine it'll be packed. What potions are even available? And I was surprised with what was and what wasn't. So, of course, level 3, you've got attack potions. Level 5, anti-poisons. Quick side note that I forgot to mention is Jim Anua's shop sells anti-poisons. So if you need those quick, you can buy them there. Oh, and before I move on, the general store in Ardorn, it sells vials of water, I think. That I'm not 100% sure on. But it's an interesting store. It sells balls of wool as well. So it's a cool store. That was the last shop that I wanted to talk about. Shiloh Village, I think that sells vials, but anyways, that was the last one. There's a shop here. I don't know what this one sells. Anyways, so snape grass. Wait. No. I was talking about the potions. So potions, I mean, you've got strength potions at level 12, Taromin and Olympwort. You have regular restore potion at level 22. So that's Harlander and Red Spider's Eggs. At level 30, you've got the defense potion, which is Ranar and Whiteberry. Guys, I don't know where you get whiteberries before farming. Is there a spawn in the wilderness? beyond that, where do you go? Certainly something drops them, right? Either way, they're going to be tough to get, and no one's going to want to use their Ranars on defense potions, so that one is off. The next available potion is the tried and true prayer potion at level 38. Again, Ranar and Snapegrass. That is going to be probably one of the most expensive pots. It always has been. It's been one of the most commonly used potions since the release of Herblore, because prayer is overpowered. I mean, protect from melee, protects you against melee attacks. Oh, looks like someone else started buying these. Stock hasn't been this low yet. Yeah, so prayer pots are huge. If you're farming and you get a Ranar, that's, who knows how much it's going to be, but if you're level 38 Herblore and you're able to whip up your own prayer pots, that's going to be pretty cool. And then it jumps up to level 45, where you've got Super Attack, which is Irrit and Eye of Newt. This is going to be an incredible milestone to hit for training. Once you get the Super Attack potion, it's so easy to get the ingredients for it. The secondaries, Eye of Newt, are completely free. Irrits are pretty common. So this is going to be, I think, what a lot of people use to train. Before that, you've just got to do, like, to be honest, it's kind of the Guam, Marintil, and Terramin show all the way until like 45. Unless you're just killing it and making tons of prayer pots, but that's only for the last 7 levels. So yeah, the first 45 levels I think are going to be pretty difficult. Well, I mean, level 9, you can quest to level 9, then, so you've got 36 levels left. And you've got pretty much your best potions right off the bat to get to 45. So it's not going to be the end of the world. It's just going to take some grinding at Chaos Druids, and they've got to be packed. I mean, they're one of the most popular mobs to farm, especially back in these days. Okay, so after Super Attack, you get Super Anti-Poison at level 48. That, again, Irrit and Unicorn Horn Dust. If you're training with Irrits, you're probably going to use them on Super Attacks, but it is an option. And this one surprised me. Super Restores do not exist. They came out in 2004, but later in the year. So when membership comes out, the Super Restores will not exist. I'm pretty sure. And then that puts the next potion at Super Defense at level 66, Cadentine and Whiteberry. People, PKers, they love their supersets. More so, oh my god, I totally skipped 2. Hold on a sec. At level 50, this one's kind of going to be also kind of irrelevant. Level 50 is the Fishing Potion. So if you need the boost to get into the Fishing Guild, this is the potion for you. I doubt anyone's going to make this one. I mean, it's Avanto and Snapegrass. Nobody wants to use their extremely rare and valuable Snapegrass on a Fishing Potion, when instead it can be used to make a prayer potion. I don't see that happening. Fishing potions are doo-doo. And of course, Super Strength at level 55. This is going to be probably next to prayer potions as the most high demand potion. Supersets, I mean, Super Attack, Super Strength they're the premier boosting method, I think. Like early mid-game. I think later, what you want to do, I don't know, actually, now that I think about it, because the Dragon Battle Axe, well, actually, special attacks don't exist yet. The special bar isn't out yet, so Never mind. So yeah, supersets are very important. People are going to be gobbling those up. They're going to be used frequently. PKing, PVMing, especially, oh my god, especially with the bosses coming out. King Black Dragon, Calphite Queen, people are going to need the absolute most stacked gear and stats possible. Vape, cool name. People are going to need supersets because they've only got literally rune armor and like a dragon longsword and an amulet of glory to kill King Black Dragon and Calphite Queen. Granted, you can mass it, but if you want to get kills as fast as possible, you want to get those D-meds, D-chains, you're going to need supersets, and you're going to need prayer pots, so that is going to be a huge source of cash, I think. People are going to be buying those like hotcakes. All right, so moving on, you got, the super defense, the forgotten middle child of the superset. It's still a great potion, but if it's not making you do more damage, it's just never going to be as high demand as super strength and super attack. So, and also white berries are so rare. I don't even know what drops it. Moving on to anti-fire potions are in the game. That's level 69. Nice. That's Lantidime. And then the Blue Dragon Scale Dust. That'll be decent. That's a good high-level potion. Gives a lot of experience. It's going to be useful for King Black Dragon. I mean, people, again, they're going to need every advantage that they can get in their rune armor and their D-long. They're going to need anti-fire potions to help negate some of that damage, extend their trips a little bit. This guy's getting chased by a highwayman. So anti-fires actually look pretty good. Kind of an underrated potion. That puts the next one, the range potion, again, extremely good. Anything that boosts your DPS, people are going to be gobbling it up. It's pretty high level. At 72, you need a dwarf weed and a wine of Zami. You can farm wines at the Falador, the temple north of Falador by the wilderness, the Chaos Temple. And so you can at least farm those. These are going to be valuable. The ranging potions, those are gonna be pricey. I'm certain of it. And finally, what I think is the last and the highest level potion available is the Zami Brew, Zamorak Brew. I don't think the Saradomin Brew exists. Toadflax doesn't exist. That doesn't come out until a little bit later. So the highest level potion and the only brew type is the Zami Brew. That's Torstol and Jangerberries. Jangerberries, they should be pretty easy to get. I think that spawn exists south of Yanil, kind of in the Ogre area. I don't know. These, I think they boost your stats. You take damage when you drink them, and I think they boost your stats. So, they might be pretty good, actually. But that's it. That's the highest level potion, level 78. Just recapping, super attacks, excellent for training, and there's going to be a decent demand. Super strength and prayer potions, going to be very sought after, very expensive. Anti-fires, underrated potion, but I think there's going to be a good demand, and they're not bad to make. And finally, the range potions are also going to be valuable. Black D-Hide, Magic Shortbow, Rune Arrows, range gear is improving significantly. So those are going to be good as well. And that really sums up the potion types. So I'm not sure. Really, you just got to farm chaos druids, and whatever herbs you get, that's what you get. So maybe you could try to purchase like irits or corms, put offers in at the market, and see if you can scoop some up for a good deal. If you're able to make those potions, you can probably profit. So I'll try and do that. We'll see what happens. And let's see. I think the last item I'd like to discuss is the herbs themselves. All right. I'm not gonna talk about. I mean, you get some XP for identifying them, but that's what I wanted to talk about. You have to identify them. You're not cleaning off the grime. So it's kind of it opens up your. Oh, hey. Listen here, bud. Look who it is. You have 2 steel. Oh my god. Oh, he's gone. The guy's crazy. Look out for that guy. The legend himself, Beaches. Yeah, that's right. Run away. Shout out to my rival, Beaches. Where was I? Oh, unidentified herbs. Unidentified herbs are so cool, and I'm so happy that that's how they're releasing, because it adds like an element of skill to Herblore that you just didn't have with grimy herbs. And element of skill is probably the wrong way to put it, but you just gotta it adds that extra little bit of thinking. You've got to deduce which herb is which. And when you're farming herbs, you don't know what you're picking up. So you just got to pick up the Guams, you got to pick up the Snapdragons. You don't know which one it is. So if you're farming Chaos Druids, you're just picking every single one up. Alright, so the trick with unidentified herbs, you can get scammed. You can get scammed extremely easily. You got to know what you're doing when you're buying those. So what you do is you take a noted stack of an herb that you want to purchase. So if you want to purchase Ranars, then get one identified herb that you've confirmed is Ranar. Put it in your inventory, and then fill your inventory up with other items. Don't fill them up with other herbs, fill them up with random, unrelated items. So when you're trading somebody, you're purchasing an unidentified Ranar. You're buying that from somebody. You know in that trade screen if you're getting the correct herb or not. Because if your inventory is full and they're trying to trade you a different herb and scam you, the trade will fail. That is a surefire way not to get scammed. Simply fill up your inventory and only carry that one identified type of herb. All right? So that's what you got to do. Folks who have not experienced unidentified herbs, I hope I just saved you some heartbreak right there. That is what you do. Do not purchase unidentified herbs unless you have taken advantage of that little trick. All right? That's important. Shoot, I think that was it. I think that was all I wanted to talk about. We're at 30 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really enjoying creating these little yap sessions. I hope that maybe you learned something or just enjoyed playing and listening. I appreciate you for being here. Again, this is Lanthus on 2004scape, and I'll see you in the virtual world.